Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial for you guys on this look right here. I would say it's like a dark red smoky eye. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial that I have created for you. And don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave. For today's look, I'm going to be starting with my eyes because I don't want fallout on my face since I'm doing a smoky eye. So I'm going to prep my eyes first, and I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape in Light Sand. So I'm just putting a little bit of concealer on, and then I'm going to be taking my Morphe beauty blender thing, sponge, whatever you want to call it, and buffing that in. For eye makeup today, we're going to be using the Violet Voss Pro eyeshadows in like the palette Matte About You. It looks like this. It has like the holographic thing packaging, and it looks like this. That's really pretty. And the first shade I'm going to be taking is called Sweetheart. It's this beige cream color, and I'm going to be using that to set the concealer that I just put on. For a transition shade, I'm going to be taking Sweet Talk, which is this like peach shade, I would say. And I'm going to be taking it on my E22 and putting that in my crease. To then deepen up the crease a little bit more, I'm going to be taking Heavenly, that color right there, on my Morphe M504 brush. It's like a tapered blending brush. I'll be taking just a little bit of that Heavenly shade and putting it in my crease. So I just zoomed you guys in because I forgot to do that. So I just took, I'm still putting that Heavenly color into my crease. And I'm going to be taking my E22 brush again with that transition shade just to make sure there's no harsh edges or lines. So for my lid color, I'm going to be taking the shades Desire and Passion. They're these two shades right here. And I'm going to be taking them first on a Morphe M560. It's like this tapered brush, I guess. I don't really know. And I'm going to be mixing those two first and putting them on my crease, or my entire lid. And then I'm going to go back in with my E22 with nothing on it and just blend between the Heavenly and then the two, like the lid shade. And then go back in to intensify the color. And then now to really intensify the color, I'm going in with this little smudger brush. It's a M508. And I'm taking just Passion, which is the darker red tone. And I'm going to put that like closer to the lash line. Then blend again. And now I'm going to be taking, again, the same brush I was just using. And I'm going to be taking Alabama from the Violet Voss and Laura Lee collaboration. It's like this color, and I'm going to put that right on top of the Passion. They're kind of like the same color, just not. They're like different in a way, but they're kind of close. And now I'm going to be taking my Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to be taking Cypress Umber, which is this dark brown color right there. And I'm going to be taking this brush from Morphe. Again, it's a M432. And I'm going to be taking just a little bit of the Cypress Umber and putting it like really close to my upper lash line to define the eyes, because I don't want to put black eyeliner because it's too harsh for the look. So I'm just using eyeshadow. The Cypress Umber shade is just a little bit harsh for my liking, so I'm going to be taking a little bit on this pencil brush. It's the E36 from Morphe. And I'll be taking the Cypress Umber shade from the Modern Renaissance palette and just like smudging the color. I'm going to take my E32 or E22 again and just blend it again. So this is our final result, and I'm going to be doing the other eye off camera, so I'll be back in a second. Alright, so I'm back with this eye done. The last thing I had to do is just highlight the brow bone, so I'm going to be taking the same shade that we set the concealer with. I'm going to be putting that on my brow bone. Now that the eyes are done and we have obviously a lot of fallout from the shades, I'm going to be taking my Neutrogena makeup remover towels, or whatever towel, makeup removing towelettes you have, you can use to wipe away the fallout. A brand new packet, I just opened it up. So I have one of my towels, and I'm going to be taking it under and then creating a little bit of a like sharper line to really like lift the eyes up. And then I'm going to do it on the other eye. Alrighty, so now that the eyes are done, I'm going to zoom you guys back out. Okay, so now that I have zoomed you guys back out, I'm going to start on my face makeup. So we're obviously going to be starting with primer. And I have two again. I have the Maybelline Master Prime primer, the Blur and Smooth one. And then I have the Makeup Forever Step 1 correcting primer, the green one. I'm going to be taking the Maybelline one first all over the face, and then using this, the green one, to color correct any of my redness, because I was in the sun and I got a little bit of a sunburn. So we're going to try and color correct. So we're going to start with just a little bit of the Maybelline one. I haven't really used this in a while, so hopefully it's good. So I'm putting that, warming it up in my fingers. Ew, this smells bad. And then I'm going to be taking the Makeup Forever one in the spots where I am the most red. So that's mostly like in my T-zone. And I'll put just a little bit on my chin. A little bit more on my cheeks. More towards like the contour area down here. And we are all primed. Okay, so for foundation I have two again, and I have the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in the shade 4, which is way too dark for me, so I'm going to be mixing in the Infallible Pro Matte from L'Oreal in shade 101, which is the lightest, so hopefully this will make the right combination. So I'm going to take the Luminous Silk first one, and as you can tell, it's not my shade. So to make it lighter, I'm going to be putting a little bit of the Pro Matte one, and I'll be mixing it with my paddle brush, and it's probably going to be too light for me. I'm going to be blending in my foundation with the Morphe sponge again. I've never really used this sponge, so hopefully it doesn't like pick up too much foundation. Okay, because that sponge is a little bit too big, I'm going to be going in with the original Beauty Blender and just going around like the little nooks and crannies that I couldn't really reach with that big sponge. So now we're going to conceal, and I'm using the same concealer I used to prime my eyes, Tarte Shape Tape and Light Sand. We're doing, 3 little dots on my under eye, a stripe down the bridge of my nose, a little circle thing, and then on my chin. And then for like the center of my face, I'm going to be using my Morphe sponge and then the original Beauty Blender under my eyes. So now we're going to bake, and I'll be using my Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder in the shade Translucent Light. I'm taking that on my damp sponge. I'm using the Beauty Blender for this, and I'll be taking some of it and just putting it on my under eye, or anywhere that I put concealer. To set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild pressed powder in the shade Warm Light, and it looks like this. I've used it in like all my videos, but I'm using the G1 to really press it on. And then on a Morphe MB1, I'm going to be taking just a little bit of the same powder and just blending everything a little bit more. Because that brush that I use, the G1, is so small, I don't know if I missed any spots, so we got it with that one. So now for contour, I'm going to be using the Hoola by Benefit, and this is the little mini one. And then I'm going to be using the R13, it's like a tapered brush. A little bit of the Hoola, tapping it off, and cutting those cheekbones. And then I'm going to be taking just a little bit on my forehead. Just like right up against the hairline. You don't want to take this too low. And then for bronzer, I'm going to be taking the Butter Bronzer in the shade Light Bronzer. And I'm going to be taking just a little bit on this. It's not very pigmented, so you don't really have to be worried about getting so much on the brush. But taking a little bit of that and just bronzing up the cheekbones, adding a little bit warmth on the forehead. And then I'm going to be going on my jaw. Get rid of that double chin. So I'm going to be contouring my nose. I'm going to use the contour shade that we use, which is the Hoola. I'm going to be taking the R35 brush. Uh-oh. Got a little bit of cat hair on it. Taking a little bit of that and then just... Uh-oh. Forgot to wipe my bake away. So we're going to be taking this brush and just wiping away the bake. And then I'm going to contour the nose. So now I'm going to be wiping away my under eye bake. And I'm going to be using the Sephora brand Bright Set powder. It's like a yellow powder, so it's going to really brighten up my under eyes. I'm going to be using that to wipe away the balk. The brush I'm going to be using is the M401. Taking just a little bit of the Sephora powder because it is a yellow. It's going to make me really bright. So now I'm going to be taking my beauty blender again because it is damp. I'm going to be pressing the powder in under my eyes so it just melts into my skin. And then again I'm going to be taking the powder. And I'm going to be using the G1 that we use to set the entire face. I'm going to be taking that powder and highlighting the spots where we put the concealer. Alrighty, so I'm going to be moving on to blush now. And I'm going to be using MAC Pinch Me. But because this blush is so like dark and pigmented, I'm using a dual fiber brush, which is the M436 brush, and I'll be taking like the tiniest amount on my brush, like one, you see that? That is pigmented. So I'm going to be taking that, really tapping off the excess, and then starting in the back and blending forward. Whoops, but a little bit too much. Then I'm taking the powder brush that doesn't really have a lot of product on it, but I'm just going to be blending. Blend, bitch. I'm going to be taking my Cover FX powder again and sharpening my contour, as I always do. Because this look is kind of dramatic, we need my contour to be dramatic, you know? Oh. A little crooked. Before I do my highlight and I finish off this look, I'm going to be doing my brows. And then we're going to move to the under eye to finish that off. So I'm going to be doing my brows off camera, so I'll be right back. So now that I've zoomed you back in, I'm going to be starting my under eye. I'm going to be taking the Kylie Dark Bronze Eyeliner from Kylie Cosmetics. I'm going to be putting that on my waterline. Alrighty, so now that I was putting my my waterline, I'm going to be taking the Cypress Umber shade with my E36, the pencil brush. I'm going to be smudging the eyeliner out. And I'm putting this just on the like outer third of the eye. We don't want to drag the eye down. So after that is put on the outer third, we're going to blend it all with the Heavenly shade that was in our crease with my M412. Alrighty, so now that the lower lash line is done, I'm gonna curl my lashes, and then I'm gonna be using the Benefit Roller Lash, and I got a new mascara, so we're gonna be testing it out. I've only worn it once before this video, and it's good. I like it, but it's the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. And it like reminds me of the Better Than Sex mascara, and it like is even like the same color packaging, so it's pretty good, if I must say so myself. So first I'm going to be curling the lashes. And then the first mascara I'm going to be using is the Roller Lash, just to curl my lashes. Once the Benefit one is on, I'm going to be taking the L'Oreal Lash Paradise and putting that right on top. Alright, so we're going to finish up the face. I'm going to zoom you back out. Alright, so this dramatic look calls for a dramatic highlight, so we're going to be taking two. I have Tarte Spellbound Glow Highlight. It's from their Unicorn collection, I think, and it's the rainbow highlighter, so it looks like this. My pan like is not in very well, so it like turns. So that's not very good, but I'm going to be using just like the white shade from it. And then I'm going to be using the Exposed highlighter, which is one of their best ones. I love this. So we're going to be setting my face first with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. And it's not really a setting spray, but I like it just to melt all of the powders together and obviously intensify my glow. So we're going to be setting the face first. And I'm actually going to spray my brush a little because I want my highlight to be poppin'. So I'm going to be taking just a little bit of that. So I just did the exposed one, and then I'm going to be taking, it's really hard to show you guys this, but just the white shade, hopefully, just the white shade from the Spellbound, because it becomes like a blue highlighter kind of when you mix them all together, so I just want the white shade. Putting that right on top. And then we're going to be using the same white shade to highlight my inner corner. And just to make everything is set, we're going to be using the spray again. And now we can move on to lips. For lips, I'm going to be taking the Bite Beauty, I don't even know what these are called, the Matte Cream Lip Crayon in the shade Glace. I got this from like the Sephora point, so it's like a little mini size, but I'm going to be taking that just to kind of outline my lips so it's still filling. And then over it, I'm going to be taking the Tarte Glossy Lip Paint in the shade Obvi, I think. It came in the holiday collection from Tarte. This one, it came in here. So I don't know if they sell it but I'm gonna use it anyway. So I'm putting this all over my lip. Alrighty, so this makeup look is completed. Hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!